pressure treated pine 9mm bit. Pretty dull bit, not too dull but not too sharp either. Almost fully charged battery. I know it's showing 3 bars, but I've done quite a bit already. Speed 2, by the way. What's up, everybody? Today's review is on the Dewalt DCD796. Check out my Patreon and Instagram account, links in the description. So this is the 2-speed XR drill that Dewalt has. It's the second biggest hammer drill they have in the cordless, not including the new Power Detect. And actually, out of all my drills, if I was only going to have one, this is the one that I would choose. All the other drills I have are all good drills, but it's just, if I was only going to have one, I'd have this one because it's got the most power out of all the drills I have. I am going to get the 996 one day, but for now the biggest I have is this one. So I got the NT version, which means you get the tool and the T-stack. You also get a belt clip and a bit holder, both of which I've taken off to put on other tools. So, according to the box, you have 460 unit watts out. You have 70 Newton meter torque, and it's a 550 and 2000 RPM. Let me get that. Come on, focus. Well, whatever, it's a 550 and 2000 RPM speed. It's on low, it's got 9,350 beats per minute, and on high, it's got 34,000 beats per minute. It apparently weighs 1.2 kilograms. I'm assuming without the battery, and it's got the 1.5 to 13mm chuck. Now this metal chuck is bigger. Hold on. This metal chuck is bigger than DeWalt's other chucks. Hold on, I'll get you another drill to compare. So this is the smaller 777. And you can see how the opening is bigger in this. And then if you close... If you close the jaws, you can see how the 796 has a much bigger chuck. See? Although this one I do not think will take bigger bits. It's just this one, the chuck has more, the jaws are bigger, so I'm guessing it's going to grip the bits better. And it does have a metal sleeve on it. There's no name on the chuck, but I'm assuming that it's a Jacobs chuck because that's what's on former Dewalts, and also some other drills have Jacobs chucks on them that look identical to this one. You have 14 clutch settings, and then drill, and then you put it into hammer drill if you want to use hammer drill. I don't use this. I rarely, well, I've used it in hammer drill once, but I do not want to use it in hammer drill because I don't think hammer drill is very good for these kind of drills, and this drill is my precision drill, however you pronounce it, precision drill. It does have a brushless motor and forward and reverse trigger. The plastic, I'm assuming, is the same as the impact driver, which means it's PA6GF30 for the yellow and TPE for the overmolding. And just in case you're wondering, until here, this is all plastic. This is metal, and I imagine you could put a handle on that, but the rest of it is plastic. And then one of my favorite things is the light. I really like the light down here. It's much better than the light being up here. And I also really like the fact that you have 3 brightnesses. So you have your standard brightness, then you have your middle brightness, and then you have your high brightness. And when you put it on your high brightness, it'll stay on for 20 minutes after you pull the trigger. On the medium and low brightnesses, it'll only stay on for 20 seconds after you pull the trigger. Speed selector is up here. And just in case you're wondering, the 796, I imagine, is the same as the 791, except the 791 is not a hammer drill. And the 796 is not to be confused with the 795, which is the former model of this. They say that this one has more power than the older model. You have this back here to put your lanyard through. You can use a smaller battery, like a 2 or 1.5 amp hour battery, but when you have those batteries on, it is not very balanced in your hand. It's much more comfortable to use the 4 or 5 amp hour batteries. I do not have the 21700 cell batteries, so I cannot tell you how well balanced it is with those. And I imagine a flex volt battery would just make it too bottom heavy, so the 4 and 5 amp hour batteries and the old 3 amp hour batteries are probably the best for this drill. And you have these nice rubber things on the side, so when you lay it down, it's sitting on rubber rather than the side of the drill. And the chuck spins smoothly. I don't think there's a lot of play in it, and it's a well finished chuck. I like the metal chuck on drills. Like, I much prefer having a metal sleeve. I know that these guys still have plastic inside. I mean metal inside, and it's just the sleeve that's plastic, but I still prefer the metal chuck. The brake's really nice on this one. You can hear it. It stops instantly. and I really like the speed of this drill. If someone tells you that the 2000 RPMs on these drill drivers isn't really worth the extra money over like maybe one like this, the smaller ones that don't go 2000 RPMs, don't listen to them, because the 2000 RPMs in my mind is essential for most tasks. Sure, the 1750 on this one is fine for any tasks, and this one is still a good drill. And this is not a comparison, I'm just talking about the speed. But this one can do the jobs faster. And there is a lower speed. That's what it sounds like on the lower speed. But yes, the 2000 RPMs is very handy on this one. And I have both of these 20 volt, 18 volt drills because they both have different purposes. So yes, now I think we're going to drill some holes with this one. I'm not going to do any concrete because I don't have any concrete, and I don't want to be drilling concrete with this one. And just in case you're wondering, ergonomics wise, this drill feels excellent in the hand. Like, it's well balanced, it feels nice. It's sort of like all Dewalt drills. All Dewalt drills feel well balanced in the hand. And another nice thing about this drill is it has all these nice big air vents, so you don't need to worry about it not getting enough air. And in case you're wondering, it does have a wider body, slightly, than the smaller drill. But like I said, this is not a comparison, I'm just pointing a few things out to make sure that people understand that this drill and this drill are not the same. This is a smaller drill meant for smaller things. It's still a great drill, but it's not the same tool. So some of the things this does really well, this one can certainly do, but it's a bit big. And some of the things that this one can do really well, this one's a bit small for. So something I want to mention, the first few times I used this drill, the first few times I put the bit in, the chuck came undone and the bit fell out. After a few usages, that it stopped doing that. So if it only does it for the first few times, like maybe the first 20 times, there's no need to worry. Also, the other thing is, whilst chucking it the first like 20 times, maybe a few more, as I tightened it, the brake would come undone and the motor would spin, so I'd have to do that to finish tightening it. So just pointing that out so you don't worry if yours does that when you first get it. So we're going to do some screwdriving here. I've got it on first speed, and I'm going to put it in clutch setting 1, and we're going to see how far I can drive this 4x25 into this hunk of wood before it clutches out. Okay, I can drive it all the way. Let me just get a smaller screw here. The point of this test is to see how delicate it is. In other words, it's not very delicate. Okay, I'm going to put it back to drill mode. And we are going to drive, well, you aren't going to drive, I'm going to drive a 5x80. Now we're going to use speed 2. Like butter. Okay, so that's it for the screwdriving. Really, it's a drill, so you shouldn't be driving screws with it anyway. So I found this hunk of something, and we're gonna drill a few holes in this. Yep. I think we'll use my 12mm auger bit because it's the biggest one I have handy. Yeah, that was good for it. Pretty fast. Now let's see how it does that in speed 1. Let's try a 10mm. Let's try a 10mm brad point bit. Speed 2, by the way. Okay, let's try that again. And lastly, just for the sake of it, let's do a... Oh, and by the way, I should say that this is on a battery that I've drilled about 10 holes with. 10 8mm holes, so it's almost full. And this is a 25mm spade bit, in case you're wondering. I really don't like how much it wobbles, so hold on. I'll try the... Okay, yeah, I forgot how much these things wobble, so I'm not going to use that one. Maybe this one's better. No. How about a 16mm? Yes, this one's better. Okay, it's through. Let's do another one. Can you see me? Then just for fun, let's try doing a bit with a Forstner bit. Now I can't go all the way through because that would take too long, but let's just see. Okay, got all the way through, but it was just getting a bit stuck on the bottom. Let's see if it does it better in speed 1. Nope. So it drills really well. So that's it for drilling holes for now. If you've been on my channel for a while, you've probably seen this drill before, and we still have 3 bars. So yes, it's a good drill. I really like it, and I'm hoping to get the 996 one day, and maybe I will do a comparison between this one and the 777, and when I get the 996 I may do a comparison between this one and the 996. But all that will happen on Patreon. It probably won't be here on YouTube. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.